Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Sunday, making a rare Sunday appearance today. But I really don't feel like watching the Cowboys because they suck, even though we should win. Not very interested in watching them play right now, so this is what we're doing instead. So I hope everybody's week is going well. Once again, apologies for the erratic schedule that we've had lately. Just a lot of stuff going on right now. But we're here. Still normal schedule this week as of now. Wednesday may be up in the air, but we'll see. Should be able to still get on tomorrow without any issues. And then, of course, the following week, we're going to be in Hawaii. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Just got to get a negative COVID test, and we'll be good to go there. So week after next, there will be no streams, obviously. And then back to our normal schedule after that. So appreciate everybody dropping in, saying hello, and sticking around with everything going on. Super pumped for today. So we're going to start our day off here in Palm Springs, KPSP, here in California. We're going to make our way over to Vegas, and then from Vegas, we're going to go to San Francisco. So looking forward to it. Should be pretty nice. I don't know if we have ATC on. We did a second ago. Yeah, so LA Center's on right now. So we'll have them essentially the whole way if it holds. But they tend to only come on for a very limited amount of time. So we'll see if they stick around. They're flying in the improved A319 update dropped for this plane about a week and a half ago, give or take. So I've got it fully updated. I think it's version 1.5 now is what it's on, or something like that. So first time testing that out, but everything should be up and running. You know what I just remembered? Okay, yes. Right, because it wasn't a clean install, so sounds and everything should still be good to go there. I didn't think about that, but good to go there. Gonna make our way over to Vegas, to fly Tampa, Vegas. I don't know if there's an update for it. I forgot to check before I went live. So I'm assuming there's gonna be bad frames, but we'll see. We are flying during the day. We're running real time for once, so... which reminds me, I need to run Active Sky. Forgot about that. So we'll have a look at Vegas, see how that goes, and we're gonna make our way over to San Francisco. So, couple little hops here on a Sunday. Looks like we got the weather connected. Okay, perfect. So we're good to go there. Yeah, really wanted just to get this plane back in the sky here, especially with the updates. We'll see how it goes. It was mostly systematic updates. Of course, there's really not a need for any sort of flight model changes with this or any performance changes. I think this plane is, in my opinion, the best plane in X-Plane. So any improvements that are made are just really going to be marginal. I don't think there's going to be much to really improve on something that really, in my eyes, is as good as it gets. So, and then from Vegas to San Francisco, we're going to fly in the Zebo. Haven't updated it yet, but it's within the last couple of cycles. I think I updated it maybe a week ago, so whatever was released between then and now, we've missed out on, but I think we'll be fine with it as long as the autopilot and my engines don't fail on me mid-flight like before, then I think we'll be all right. As you can see, performances do pretty well. You can see the ticker up top here, 70 frames right now. I need to get my overlay on, actually, now that I think about it. I always forget to set something up. Let me just plug this in here real quick for you guys. That way you guys know what we're working with here. Plug that in. And we are not in an MD-80. We are in the A319. Alright, so that should be up to date there. Alright, it's pretty good. Alright guys, let's jump in. Let's get everything flipped on here. And get underway. A lot more quieter in here. Go bat 1, bat 2, and get the electrical systems going here. And go ahead and start up external power. Let that do its thing here. Let me adjust volume here real quick for you guys. We should be good to go there. We can go ahead and align the IRSs and start the APU. We're going to arm the emergency exit lights, and we're going to go seatbelts on, non-smoking lights can go auto. Nav lights can come on as well. And strobes will be auto. Everything else should be pretty good to go. We're going to start the APU, as well as the APU bleeds. Fuel tanks are going to remain off. And everything else is good to go up top. Go to our PFD here and get the brightness turned up. And we're gonna flip all this on. Perfect. Let's get our barrows set here real quick. Right now, current conditions are 29091. So we're gonna, whoop, nope, not gonna do that. Two 29091, and that's on both sides, so we're good to go there. Excellent. I'm going to go down to our MICDO, and we're going to get everything initialized here. So we can go to our init page, and we are going to start off with our location, KPSP Palm Springs, and we're going to Las Vegas McCarran International Airport. Line the IRSs. Call sign is going to be Alaska 7488. And now we can start pulling some info from SimBrief here to get our parameters. So let's see. Cost index, nice healthy 60. Flight time looking at about 54 minutes. Cruise 170. Where are they getting that from? No, we're not going to cruise at 17,000 feet. Are they kidding? Alright, hold on. We're missing something here. Nah, we need to go to 250. I don't know where. I don't know how I overlooked that. SimBrief's got a wild something on there that's a little strange. Okay, so we updated the flight plan. Yeah, we're not going to go to 170. We're going to go 250 on the altitude. Get that reconfigured. All right, perfect. Let's get our fuel loaded in, and then once we do that, we'll call ATC to get our departure clearance. So we're going to go TOLUS menu and looking for our total fuel. Oh, I got to generate this. I got to regenerate this. Okay. That do its thing. Alright, so 6,700 for the block fuel. Should be good. We'll fuel there. And then zero fuel, it needs to be 57.1. That's where it's at there. 57.1. Perfect. 57.1, 6.7. 57.1. And 6.7 on the block fuel. Should give us a takeoff weight 63.6. That is exactly what we're looking for. So we are looking good there. Perfect. Actually, I may need to refile this once again. Let me pull my charts up here real quick, because I want to do the cathedral departure. Let's take a look at it here. It's our airport info, and then departure should be the cathedral one. And then from there, we're going out here to 29 Palms. out there. We're hitting an airway first, which is going to be this V370. And then going to the VOR, the 29 Palms VOR. So, yeah, so we're going to actually amend this flight plan real quick if I could stop scrolling. We should be on the Cathedral one. So let's... Alright, so refiled that once again. Luckily they haven't sent me a PDC yet. I've now filed 2 separate times. Okay, so let's get our radios flipped on here on both sides. And we're going to need to tune to 125.8. So obviously not going to have any ATIS information. So 125.8. Hopefully I can hear them.
Center United 6 back. United 6, roger, thanks.
Alright, we should be Cathedral 1.
Air Force 1 Heavy, radar contact 1,200, climb and maintain about 350. Climb maintain 350, Air Force 1.
LA Center, good afternoon. Alaska 7488, IFR to Vegas, please.
2 aircraft, Alaska 7488, clearance on request stand by, palm strings altimeter 29901. The other aircraft was...
Turn them up a little bit.
And 123, squawk 7170.
Alright, so we're on clearance request. We're standing by, waiting for it. He may just
7170.
message me, but we'll see. We'll see.
And Pareto 538 flying 050, intercept runway 1 left, localizer, call the field site. Heading 050, intercept the 1 left,
And I don't want to
we'll let you know
plug anything in here until he gives us our clearance.
Center maintain 7,000. 7,000, data 538. And 123, radar contact, flight number 360, about 12 miles east of Bryce Canyon. American 738, no problem. Clear break Ficky, resume all navigation. American 45 Heavy, radar contact, say altitude. Flight level 4800 for 5,000 for American 45 Heavy. American 45 Heavy, radar contact 5,000, climb maintain, flight level 350. Up to 350 for American 45 Heavy. American 425, contact the tower, have a good day.
Hopefully he doesn't take too long.
Center, 425 is established on the ILS for 24. Right, should I
Not going to be the IRS out, that's for sure.
2 aircraft there, number 323 Alpha Charlie, hold, just going to get back to you, Aircat 425, contact tower, bye-bye. Contact tower, thanks for the help.
Was he this busy? He wasn't this busy a second ago.
323 Alpha
I check-
Charlie, what's your request?
I checked the map.
Skyhawk 3 Alpha Charlie, what was your request? Okay, so you were calling 737 Romeo Lima, what's your position?
Mask, park and brake is set, throttles are idle. Run our tests, I guess, while we're waiting.
Data 538 at the airport.
Okay,
538,
fuel
clear,
pumps
clear,
on.
runway 1 left. Clear the visual 1 left, data 538.
And we're going to switch off of external power. Trying to stay ahead here. He's taking quite a bit of time to get me my clearance. He is busy though, but I mean a PDC would be nice.
737 Romeo Lima Squawk 7144.
I'm gonna give him maybe another minute or two, and then I'm gonna call him again.
Romeo Lima, radar contact 2 miles north of Nellis, probably restricted airspace. Are you an Air Force flight? Alright, thanks. Radar contact 5,400 resume VFR, maintain appropriate VFR altitudes.
What? Okay.
American 56 contact Albuquerque Center 127.85. Have a good day.
Yeah, he's got quite a bit of traffic. He's got probably about 15 flights he's managing right now.
1652 to set a maintain 3,000. Go 6352 flighting 270. And it's confirming it's a visual approach for 21 rect. American 56 contact Albuquerque.
Yeah, he forgot.
127.85.
100% he forgot.
127.85 for American 56. Have a great day.
And Center Air Force One, we're going to be heading back over to text only for the remainder of our duration with you. I just want to say thanks for the service.
Alright, stand by frequency and we'll text only for you. Data 538, wind 0406 from me, 1 left inland. 1 left, we'll have data 538.
LA Center or Alaska 7488.
748, don't come back to you. 1, just give me 30 seconds.
Appreciate it. Okay. It's that Narcos meme when the dude's just standing around waiting. That's how I feel right now. Because all my pre-flight stuff is done. I just need this clearance so I can get this sorted out. Can't really brief the departure until I'm cleared for the departure. Current winds right now are calm, showing 0 at 0.
2290, Los Angeles Center. Good afternoon, Squawk 7161.
So I'm not sure which runway he's going to give us. Could possibly be 3-1. That'd be the shorter taxi time. Guess we'll wait and see.
Alaska 7488, clear to Las Vegas via Cathedral 1 departure, Palm Springs, Victor 370 is filed. Maintain 9,000, expect flight level 250, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 125.8, Squawk 7145.
All right, let's head for 88 cleared. Las Vegas Cathedral 1 departure, Palm Springs, then Victor 370. Then it's filed. Maintain 9,000. We'll expect 250 5 minutes after departure. Departure 25.8, Squawk 7145, Alaska 7488.
That's 7488, read back correct. Runway 31 left for departure, Gulf taxi, altimeter 29091.
Woke up. Alrighty.
3538, good.
And that should turn him down. So Palm Springs departure. We're at 3-1 left for our departure. Cathedral 1. And no posted transition. So we're going to go none there. There. So there it is. We're going to go Palm Springs there. And then back to Palm Springs. So this is one of those weird departures where you're going to circle over the airport a couple times. And a lot of it has to do with the terrain that's in the area. Is we're in between some mountains here, and then you've also got traffic coming in and out of Los Angeles, which is going to be over here more towards the western side of the map here. So for this departure, since we're departing on 3-1 left, we're going to climb out heading a 310 to cross PSP radial 268 and then right turn direct PSP VOR. So basically what that means is that We're going 310 here and then taking an immediate right turn to go to the PSP or Palm Springs VOR. And then we're circling back, trying to figure out where it's at here. Yeah, circling back here, going Emerald, circling back, going back to the VOR, right? So we're going PSP, Emerald, and then back across. So this way, turning this way, back across to the VOR, and then we're going to hang a tight right turn here to the Victor 370 to 29 Palms VOR. Right, so that's the as filed part. So that'll continue our departure as filed. So a little bit of a unique departure here. You don't see these very often, especially at your larger airports. Palm Springs is not a major international airport. Usually your larger airports are a little bit more straight out, a little bit more straightforward. This one's a little bit unique, so I always like it because it's a little challenging for sure, but not terribly difficult, although I have messed up this departure before, so you just have to pay attention to your charts. All right, so now that we have that briefed, from Palm Springs VOR, we are going to Victor. I don't think I actually have to plug that in. Or maybe I do. Okay, so let's do Airways. Victor 370. And that's going to take us to TNP. Alright, so I'm going to insert that. I don't know what Stone is. It's, I guess, that's part of that airway. Anyway, that takes us to 29 Palms. And then from TNP, we're going to enter our arrival. So let's pull weather up for Vegas real quick here. So current wind conditions at McCarran, 40. Winds are 40 at 6 knots. No precipitation and 10 miles of visibility. So with that in mind, are they landing on the ones? Because Vegas likes to do things a little weird sometimes. So best thing to do is just pull up flight over. I'm certainly not going to ask the controller, even though he's going to be the one clearing us. He's pretty busy, so I'm not going to bother him with that. Yeah, it looks like they're departing on the ones. So that's what I'm going to plan for. I'm going to plan for one left. If it changes, it changes, and we'll deal with it. ILS 01 left is the first one on there. It should be the Kepik 6 arrival. Runway via, that's fine. And then we're the TNP transition. Insert that. Insert. Perfect. And this actually works out because it's just straight in approach. So the 2.5s can get a little dicey with having a turn and everything. And it can take a while, especially if HEC is busy and they don't vector you in time. It could be a long approach. All right, so we're going to go there. We're going to go performance. So we're going to go to our TOLUS menu here. We're going flaps 1. V speeds 150 for V1, VR 151, V2 153, flex 64. It's a bit high. We'll lower that a little bit, and then flaps down 0.1. Or sorry, the trim is 0.1. 150, 151, 153. Be flaps 1 down 0.1. And we're just going to flex to 50 on this departure. Alright, so I'm happy with that. And pre-flight's basically complete, ladies and gents, finally. All that's turned off there. We need to go ahead and get rid of the gate and get our pushback started here. We're going to push and face to the left.
Round to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Round to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Yeah, it shouldn't be an active taxiway, so we should be good as far as our clearance is concerned. And we will need our terrain radar for this. Up top here, you see we're cleared to 9,000. feet. And then our TCAS looking at 7145. And I'm gonna go ahead and go TARA.
Doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
We're gonna need that beacon light on.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Right, parking brake released. Starter on.
Push back, and you may start engines.
Alright, cleared for engine start. Start number 2.
Okay, you overflew Camera. You just make sure you stay clear of Delta airspace. This is other than the Bravo and Charlie, which of course you stay clear of. Just make sure you're also not overflying the Deltas.
And for those wondering, this is
just let me know. It's called
freeware, Palm Springs. You can get off the org store. Very well put together freeware, I might add. Sorry, not the org store, the forums. If you just search like KPSB XPLANE 11, it's on their forums.
Let me know when you're holding short of the runway.
Alright, start number 1.
United 257 having contact on the correctly center 127.85. Have a good day. 127.85. Good day, United 257. United 1081, I have an issue right now with the plane. It's like the screen's all turned off, so maybe we continue to disconnect.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
BSS sounds. Can't go wrong with them. Nope, we're not arriving. Don't know why she's saying that. Alright, we have 2 good engines. Arm that and go. Are the flaps set already? Okay, that's weird. Oh, I see why.
Los Angeles Center, Cherokee 7085 Romeo is on the ground at...
My bad, because my quadrant was jacked up here. Okay, flaps are set. Auto brake set to max. Go up top here. Kill the APU. Taxi lights. Runway turn offs.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed.
705 Road,
Cancel
Roger,
going
taxi
out.
runway 26
Receive
right,
call.
call, all runway
Flight.
Alright, we'll go ahead and taxi 26 right, we'll cross all runways along the way, and we are I am requesting center FedEx 8945, and request to step away for about 50 Mike 140, that's up to 2
Everybody's talking over one another. Flight control check here.
I'm sorry, you're going to step away. Just stand by. Who's looking to step away for 10 minutes?
FedEx 8945 heavy.
8940. By the time you come back, you'll be in Salt Lake Center airspace. Radar services are terminated. Your frequency change. Green, that'll be flight.
Over to 228 FedEx 8945 heavy, thanks for the service, we'll see you.
Right. Now, number 7085 Romeo. Some information for me, please.
So the aircraft type Papa 28 Alpha, and
Oh, okay. They probably showed it to me already. Okay, we're ready for taxi.
no GPS on board. And that's about it.
And where are you going to today?
John Wayne, and we're gonna leave John Wayne for the city route to LA.
You do touch and go there?
Yep.
Alright, good. Taxi 26 right, and advance ready for departure.
Oh, taxi 26 right, we'll go for departure. Taxi 85 right.
Los Angeles Center, Alaska 7488 with current weather ready to taxi. 31 left.
Last 7488, runway 31 left, taxi via whiskey.
31 left whiskey. 748. Thanks. All right, easy enough. Go straight out, make this turn right up here.
Ready for taxi, V4 departure to the south.
Do our cabin check here. It's a short taxi, so we'll be in the air here very soon. Takeoff config checked. No blue on the ECAM.
Another aircraft was calling along the way. There were two aircraft. November 1520 Echo, I've got. Who's the other aircraft?
Again, 1520 Echo.
No, 1520, no problem. There was another aircraft actually that was speaking over you. I was just trying to pick up who that was. Good evening, LA Center, American 1075, climb 37.830. 1075 low, climb, maintain 5380. Actual continue return your climb to 80, American 1075. Yep, sir, it's confirming maintain flight level 380. Wind 0406, runway 26 right, clear to take off.
Okay, clear both sides.
Togo 44, what's, are you holding short now? You can do that now. Current taxi runway 26, Camarillo, wind is 2608.
I will do my best to hand fly the majority of this departure, but of course workload pending.
I'm not sure if you're hearing each other. Just when I'm speaking, just make sure you're hearing the other aircraft reply as well. Togo 44, the Camarillo altimeter 2996, winds are down 2307. The aircraft at San Diego, is that November 3589 Lima? Somebody else called me from, I think it was San Diego, was that?
Too busy gawking at the plane. Almost missed my turn.
We're Charlie 1.
Los Angeles Center, Janet 1019 with your flight level 30.
1019, heavy, roger. Resume on navigation, maintain flight level 380.
380, Janet 1019.
Number 1520 Echo, information of your flight, please. Aircraft type, departure, arrival, and the cruise altitude.
Cessna 1520 Echo, Cessna 172, with GPS, V for departure to the south, destination John Wayne.
Wait for him to respond to this.
And the 152 are you looking for VFR flight following as well?
Affirmative, 20 Echo.
Alright, number 1520 Echo, Chino altimeter. So that Chino altimeter is 2999. Go to taxi runway 26 right, cross all runways. There's another aircraft also taxiing to 26 right, just keep a separation from him on the ground.
Altimeter 909er, runway 26 right, taxi. Via all taxiways across all runways. We have the other Cherokee in sight, 20 Echo.
Just so hard. When they're busy like this, it's so hard to get your clearances in, man.
Class 1007, radar contact 3000, climb maintain flight 380. Alaska United 408, radar contact 7000, climb and maintain flight 380. United 6, Denver offline, radar says it's 10 minutes, big straight pavement. Thanks, bye.
And center, Alaska Center for 88, holding short, 31 left, ready to go.
Alaska 7488, wind calm at 31 left, lift takeoff.
Lift takeoff, 31 left, 7488.
Alaska 181, descend to Quebec 6 arrival, expect runway 1 left, ASC.
Alright.
Alright, we'll
Let's
descend
go.
via the Quebec 6 arrival and we'll get the weather. Alaska 181.
November 323, Alpha Charlie, Squawk 7173. And Las Vegas information, Zulu is now current wind is 0807, gusting 15, altimeter 29907. Los Angeles, ATIS information, Kilo is now current wind 2509, altimeter 29907. San Diego weather update wind 30011, altimeter 29908.
Alright, starting clock.
LA Center, Delta 1944, flight level 380.
Both engines stable. Flex set 50.
Los Angeles Center ground clear.
Power set. Airspeed alive, SRS green.
Los Angeles Center, Cherokee 85 Romeo, holding short of runway 26 right.
80 knots.
Now ready for departure to stop.
Just tell us position. Over 44, make, and you're looking for a north departure?
V1 rotate.
Over 44, roger. Make straight out departure on
How's it ready to climb? You're up.
Squawk 7155, runway 26 in takeoff.
Let's say again for Cherokee 85.
I get that climb going here. Follow the flight directors. Be taking that right hand turn here very shortly. Climb thrust. Lower that nose a little bit. Got to pick up some airspeed.
Number 7085, Romeo, Squawk 7146.
7146, Cherokee 85 Romeo.
Checking out 7085, Romeo, wind, variable at 3, with
Flaps clean.
altimeter 29907, Romeo 26 right, clear for takeoff, make straight out departure.
29907 and runway 26 right, clear for takeoff, straight out departure, Cherokee 85 Romeo.
November 1520, Echo, Squawk 7156, runway 26 right, line and wait.
Squawk 7156, 26 right, line up and wait, 20 Echo.
Airport out there.
So this is Cessna 358 Niner Lima. We're gonna, can we get Charlie 2 for departure? Because there's a 747 on Charlie 1 right now.
It's following the flight directors at this point.
Okay, don't see anybody there. Alright, 3589 Lima, runway 27, line up and wait.
Line up weight 27 here.
November 1520 Echo, wind is available at 3, altimeter
Now we're going
297, runway 2.
Palm Springs VOR. And we're gonna circle back around
26 right, clear for takeoff.
and make our way to Vegas.
Number 323 Alpha Charlie, radar contact 7 miles northwest of Los Angeles, 4,000, descent 2,500. Cleared into the Los Angeles South Bravo airspace, proceed southeastbound,
And we are still hand flying.
2,500, altimeter 2997.
Clear to the crest Bravo at, at 2,500 southeastbound. 53 Alpha Charlie.
And you clear to the Bravo as well.
Clear to the Bravo. 53 Alpha Charlie.
Over 44 radar contact 1,400, resume VFR, maintain appropriate amount.
Yeah, he hasn't even checked in with me yet. He's just really busy.
Togo 44 radar contact, resume VFR, maintain VFR. Number 86 Echo uniform, Salt Lake Center's offline, radar services terminated, fix change period, good day. I'm gonna come up good day,
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and
now climbing 4,
The autopilot.
offline, radar services terminated, fix change period, good day.
Change approved. 934, thank you.
Pelican 15, radar services the terminated, fix change period, good day, and there is a United 321, I think he is. I'm sorry, 319, he's just about a couple of miles, flight of 330 ahead of you.
Center Alaska 7488. We're at 9,000.
Alaska 748, radar contact 9,000, climb and maintain flight with 250, resume on navigation.
250 on navigation 7048.
LA Center, Cessna 232, Sierra Foxtrot on the ground at John Wayne.
Alright, so start climbing now.
Seal Beach.
326, number 2320, Foxtrot, go ahead, touch runway 20 right via Bravo, Lima.
20 right, Bravo, Lima, Sierra Foxtrot.
And John Wayne altimeter is currently 299er. Stand by, lost it. 2997.
Can we take Echo intersection departure for Cessna 232, Sierra Foxtrot?
The airport down there.
Will be on the other side.
Alright, that's 10,000 feet.
So are we going 20 right or 20 left for 20 Foxtrot?
20 right. So you only have Hotel Juliet Kilo Lima Echoes on the other side for 2 left.
No, wait, we'll just taxi full length 20 right, wait, the Echo, but that's okay.
Alright, we should be starting that right-hand turn to loop back around here any second now.
9255, yeah, I'm not sure why you departed on your own. Just make sure for next time, make a note that San Diego is controlled by LA Center.
Roger, I was totally unaware of that. I didn't know you come all the way down here. I'm currently at 9,200.
Yeah, we got a big airspace. Squawk 7170.
Good view of some of the mountains over here, Southern California.
7170.
And we're basically going to loop back around this way and go out this way to Las Vegas.
Cessna 2 circulate to cancel flight following.
Alright, change to your advisory frequency and squawk VFR 1200. Give me a call when you're coming into John Wayne Airport.
Squawk VFR, frequency to approve. We're switching our destination. We will not be arriving to John Wayne 20 Echo.
Alright, see you next time, buddy.
Cherokee 5 Romeo, we're going to do the same cancel flight following, but we're going to go wherever 2 Sierra is going to go.
Alright, squawk VFR 1200, please change vehicle.
Picking up speed nicely here.
LA Center, number 2320 Foxtrot, ready to go, runway 20 right. Foxtrot, again, what's your destination?
Again, there's the airport there. And LA's out this way, Vegas is out this way.
Long Beach Airport for number
Give or take.
20 Foxtrot. Alright, turn right heading 270, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff. Flight heading 270, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff, runway 20 Foxtrot.
I think the longest turn ever, man.
1520, Echo Squawk VFR.
There's the airport once again.
You are cleared to direct to 29 Palms now.
Play direct 29 Palms, 7488, thanks.
Rankin 45, heavy contact, Albuquerque Center.
A little bit of a shortcut.
2785 for American 45, heavy. See you. Rankin 1075, Salting.
Yeah, so this is where we're at here. So basically, we're just going direct this way now.
November 737, Romeo Lima.
And terrain's not a factor any longer.
Yep, and St. George is reporting wind 2809, gusting 19, visibility 10, skies clear, altimeter 290907.
That's 18,000 feet. Goes standard on the altimeters.
United 251, your radar contact out of 16,100, climb maintain flight level 270. Maintain 270. Uh, 2809, gusting 19.
All right. Finally on course.
2320 Foxtrot, squawk 7152.
Squawk 7152 over 2320 Foxtrot.
It's past 20,000 feet now. Again, we're cruising at 25,000, so we'll be at cruise here fairly soon. We're picking up speed nicely at this point, so
Number 120 Golf Juliet, looking for taxi and flight following to Carlsbad.
good to go so far. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the seatbelts.
120 Golf Juliet, okay, and the analyze altimeter 2996, 16 right, taxi bound discussion.
16 right, taxi air discretion, number 120 Golf Juliet, thanks.
35989, I do apologize, got busy somewhere else. Make right crosswind departure, runway 27, wind is 30011, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
27 clear for takeoff right and crosswind departure 891.
2320 Foxtrot, radar contact 1,300. Flight direct to the Long Beach Airport, call the field site, the altimeter 2998.
Fly direct Long Beach Airport will call field inside 320 Foxtrot.
Delta 1944 to 7 Hollywood 1 arrival after Seaview, cleared islands runway 24 right approach. It is currently, let's say Lima.
Those frames, man, 80 FPS, man, 80 FPS. That is where it's at, guys.
Giant 1019, looking for lower landing point two.
Yeah, 1019 heavy, descend and maintain, flight level 180.
180, 1019.
Alaska 181, fly heading 090, descend maintain 80.
Yeah, so pretty much nothing to look at out here. It's a barren wasteland out here, so nothing scenic once you get out of the Palm Springs airspace.
Alaska 181.
Go for Alaska 181.
Flying 090, descend to maintain 8,000, vectors visual approach runway 1 left.
090, descend maintain 8,000, Alaska 181.
Alright, so we are at cruise now.
1037 Romeo Lima, roger, and you can change to advisory frequency now, and squawk wave.
Where's my top of descent? Pull up my arrival here. Epic 6. $13,000 at Clar. Oh, well, that would be why I don't have a top of descent. Oh no. 15,000.
Los Angeles Center, United 420, numbers.
Why is that not?
Clearance to San Francisco.
420, expect BDC, thanks for the numbers.
What are we missing here? Why is that not? Epic 13. Alright, something's not adding up here.
Keep it 2801, hello, and maintain flight 340.
LA Center, over 300, Bravo.
Why is that? This is a problem. For some reason, it's not, like, the constraints are in here, but for some reason, it's not translating over, so it's not giving me a, so, like, my VNAV is going to be messed up. That's not...
Arrival after circus, clear ILS, runway 24, right, American 250. No, 25 left, and the ATIS is kilo. Sorry, 25 left, and we have the ATIS, American 250.
Oh, I know why. I've got the wrong runway. Okay, so we need to plan to land 26 left. That's why.
181, descend, maintain 7,000, flight 010.
7,000, heading 010, Alaska 181.
Reno, TMP. That should fix it.
LA Center,
Yep, there it goes. That's why. Yeah, the reason why that was is because this arrival only supports landing on the 2.6s, not on the 1s, so that's why it wasn't giving me the proper data here. I would have to change my arrival. I'm assuming that's because he cleared me for this arrival, so I have to land on 2.6 left. I mean, I could change it if I need to, but that's what he cleared me for, so that tells me I have to land on 2.6. Or 2.6 left or right, would more likely be 2.6 left. So, deductive reasoning, if you will. See, now we have our arrows popping up here, so once we get to this arrow, that's when we're going to start our descent. So at about 50 miles, we'll start down.
Center Shipment 35895 is 3 to the west of on ground right now. 2,500 with request. Good. We'd like flight follows up to John Wayne, please.
3589 Lima, roger. Just give me a few minutes.
Alright, so everything's looking pretty good, guys. It's a little bit of a navigational snafu there, but we got to figure it out at least before we embarrassed ourselves.
Down to 5,000, Alaska 181.
And you see the field?
Roger, to see the field. Alaska 181.
Alright, clear visual approach runway 1 left.
Probably will give me
One left left.
descent clearance here soon. A gnarly headwind right now. Well, it's only 35 knots. Go over the ground speed. It's good enough.
So information, aircraft type, your destination inside now, and what's your altitude request?
It's a Cessna 152, and we would like to stay at 2,500, please.
Alex, Delta 1640, with you passing flight level 330, inbound Empire.
Stand by. 7 number 3589 Lima, squawk 7143.
Spark 741, or correction, 7143, 89 Lima.
Delta 1614, low squawk 7142.
Squawk 7142, Delta 1640.
LA Center, UPS 2806 Heavy, we are flight level
Almost flew the 7.5 today. I will fly the 7.5 probably tomorrow. I've been itching, maybe even like a cargo run with it. So I think we're gonna fly that tomorrow,
6 Heavy, low and remain.
and I don't know on the second plane, but for sure 7.5 tomorrow. Maybe the A350. We'll see. I've been wanting to get the A330 up and running again. I haven't flown that thing in quite some time. I don't even know if it's up to date or not. So maybe that's a maybe, but I think for sure we'll be in the 7.5 tomorrow. Lufthansa.
Delta 1614, radar contact, ground flight level 310, 317. Descend to the city for arrival, expect runway 26 left, hold and the 8 is in
City 4 arrival.
All right, I'm gonna need this descent clearance here pretty soon.
You'll be descending via the arrival.
Send by the arrival, we copy Victor, Delta 1640.
United 408, contact Oakland 132.2.
Oakland over to 132.2, good day. United Flamingo.
It's Oakland Center, huh?
Oakland now 132.2.
132.2, Alaska 707.
Alaska 725, passing 4,400 feet for 5,000.
Last 725, radar contact 4,500, time maintain flight 340.
I'm in 340, Alaska 725.
And Alpha Charlie up on site.
Alpha Charlie has the field.
Sorry, frames are cutting out here. Just loading something in.
Alpha Charlie and the approaching wind variable 3 with both east 10 and altimeter G9 at 96 to make right traffic runway 24 and
Yes.
runway 24 clear land.
Make right traffic, runway 24, clear overhead, 323 Alpha Charlie.
20 Foxtrot taxi departing.
Hello, Center, so it's 2320 Fairfax. So we'd actually like taxi active for westbound. Yeah.
Alright, would you like to backtrack on 30?
Whatever's fastest, that works for us.
Alright, turn around and backtrack runway 30 and let me know when you're ready for departure.
And some pretty poor audio quality right now from X-Pilot.
120 Golf Juliet, radar contact.
LAX Center, good afternoon. Speedbird Com 45 inbound Grand Canyon BOR, flight level 50,000.
Cover 5, below squawk 7156.
Why is the audio popping like that?
7156, Speedbird 5.
Down to 456 Bravo Heavy, squawk 7171.
Squawking 7171, Lufthansa 456 Bravo.
UPS 762 Heavy, up.
God, I can't even get a word in, man.
Alaska 7488, descend maintain 1313,000, information Juliet, correction information Zulu. Alaska 181, runway 1 left dead land.
Clear to land, Alaska 181.
Alaska 7488, information Zulu, descend maintain 1313,000, runway 1 left.
Right down to 1313,000 for 7488. For the Kepik 6, I'm showing 26 left. Do you want me to land on the ones then in Vegas?
I can back to you into 1 left. If you want 26 left, let me know.
Yeah, let's do 26 left if we can for 7488.
I expect 26 left, and you can descend to the Quebec 6 rival now.
Descend via the rival, 7488, thanks. Yeah, unless he wants to vector me in, but I don't really want to have him do that, so we'll just stick to the arrival here. Alright, 8,000, we'll start down now. Seatbelts on.
Center Fogo 44.
EFS 762, open mic. Thank you. And United 420, runway 20 right, taxi via Lima, cross runway 20 left.
Via Lima, cross 20 left, and 1.
I'm going to disconnect and reconnect. That popping is really annoying. I don't know why it's doing that.
Will be at the coastal route 17 nautical miles from LAX.
Fogo 44, clear from Los Angeles, cross Broadway, space maintain 5,500, proceed coastal route.
I think it's better.
And the altimeter 2997.
Cleared via the coastal route, proceed southeast.
Yeah, that popping's from my side.
Fogo 412.
Number 120 Golf 2 is for the main route. Affirmative, Golf 2. Alright, proceed on the main route, 2,500, the altimeter 2997, cleared into the Los Angeles cross Broadway space. Golf 2 is right, thanks. Last 181 right, next cross runway 1 right, taxi, sorry, 19 left, taxi to parking.
Cross 19 left, parking, last 181, thank you very much.
Lift on the 456 Bravo, heavy radar contact, flight number 30.
Alright.
Ready to go, runway 30.
Hopefully that fixed it. I don't hear the popping anymore, so I think that fixed it.
We're gonna go negative, flight following the northwest end.
Alright, make sure you steer clear of Los Angeles cross Broadway airspace and all class Charlie and Delta airspaces. Make straight out departure runway 30, Long Beach wind is variable at 4 and 30 clip takeoff.
Straight out departure, runway 30, clear for takeoff, 30.
Yeah, to 420, ready.
420, wind is 2206, runway 20 right, clip takeoff.
We're taking off 20 right, unit 420.
Alright, altimeter
3589 Lima, I got
is 29906.
Countdown altimeter is 2996.
Center, 1019, looking for lower landing point resume.
Sorry about that, 1019, heavy to better maintain 10,000.
Yeah, he's handling it pretty well considering the amount of traffic he has, so can't really fault him for anything.
Altimeter is
It's a
2998, landing on
little behind, it's understandable.
1019, expect runway 21.
Runway 21, 1019.
And who's that calling? That's 029, radar contact 5000, climb maintain, flight level 280.
Weird.
Golf Juliet, contact tower. Bye-bye.
Alright, so coming up on 13,000 feet now. We get down pretty freaking quick. Oh, I hope Vegas cooperates, though.
Over to tower, Fogo 44. Yeah, 420 to 2000.
238 you called in?
Terrain going here.
United 420 is at 2.8 climbing on the Hero.
Yeah, 420, radar contact 3000, climb and maintain flight level 360, initial heading, turn right heading 270.
Right 270 up to flight level 360.
United 420, ever heard about a direct wing? Right on.
And my CPU is struggling right now, man. Yep, sorry about the lag, guys. It's probably gonna be upgrading the CPU here soon. AMD's getting ready to launch their stuff. They announced their specs and everything earlier this week, so we'll be more than likely picking up one of their new chips. I'm hoping to get my whole setup upgraded by start of 2021, but we'll see. We'll see how in demand all this is.
Stay with you, we'll go forward, forward.
But yeah, I'm hoping by, we'll say end of Q1 of 2021, I want to have my whole system upgraded. That's the goal. But we'll see. We shall see.
120 Golf Juliet, Roger. What's your request now?
It's been virtually impossible to get my hands on a GPU, so CPU's a little bit more involved. A lot of times you have to get a new motherboard, so that turns people off, so we'll see.
He's got VFR traffic 2 miles to your about 10 o'clock.
And Los Angeles Center, American 228, flight level 340 with you.
Right, 228, Roger, maintain flight 340. United 420, cleared direct IK and resume on navigation.
Direct IK, United 420.
Alright, so following our trek here, and then we're going to take that right turn once we go through this ridge right here.
Yeah, we're going to give you that. Send me the arrival, clear islands from the 24 right approach.
Sorry, the 1944 clear.
I got to finish doing this. Let's see, McCarran 2996. Temperature right now is 30 degrees Celsius.
That's correct.
Wind 70 at 9. And our decision height is 2040. Oh, sorry, that's our. What am I thinking? That's our elevation. 6 left. 200 feet. Alright. That's plugged in, ready to go.
Giant 1019, expect visual approachment G1, descend and maintain 4,000.
Let's see, did the Steelers beat the Eagles? They sure did. Cowboys are up. I mean, if we lose to the Giants, then I mean, just gut the team, restart. Alright, we'll start down here once we hit Kepik. Looking for 8,000.
Ready for descent. Eva 002 Heavy, you can go ahead and descend via the Ironman 2 arrival. And landing runway 24 right, information kilo. Yeah, Angel 4, landing 24 right, we'll go gap, Hero Evo 002.
Alright, so starting down now. Yeah, I think I remember the ortho here is jacked up a little bit. I don't know if Fly Tampa actually fixed it. But for some reason, like, the ortho overlays don't kick in properly here. The city should be popping up here soonish. The airport, it's like right off in this area. Strip should be popping up here any second now. Oh yeah, there's the strip there. There's the airport. Ready for my frames to tank. It's a beautifully done airport. But last I flew it, it still hasn't really been optimized very well.
14, fly heading 220, descend maintain 5,000.
Heading 220, descending 5,000, Delta 1614.
German Cargo 48, heavy radar contact, model 340.
The lights going here.
Alaska 7488, then I expect the ILS runway 26 left approach.
Expecting ILS 26 left approach, 7488. Yep, so ILS 26 left, that's what we've got plugged in here. Getting on that downwind. Yep. Exit to the right.
Confirm Angels 4, arrival for Lufthansa 456 Bravo.
Lufthansa. I love German accents.
Speedbird 5 Concorde, radar sensors terminate, frequency change, bye-bye.
Frequency change approved. Bye-bye. Speedbird 5.
You see the ortho's a little janky right here. Same thing happens in Los Angeles as well. It's the scenery. It messes with load orders, and even if you rearrange things manually, it still doesn't load in properly. Kind of a bummer. Alright, my CPU is not happy with me right now. Keep an eye on those temperatures. Looks like everything's running good.
Giant 1019 heavy, the wind is 210, check is down lock, runway 21, clear land.
Gear down, clear to land, runway 21, Giant 1019.
Some traffic here off to our left side. They're below us. About 6,000 feet.
LA Center, Pogo 44, request direct to Seal Beach if able.
Pogo 44, that's approved, clear direct Seal Beach.
Alright, so we're at 9,000 now.
Pogo 44.
Looking for 8.
Hotel Tango 95, runway 10 right, clear land.
I would love a visual here. It'd be great. But he cleared me to the ILS. But nevertheless, everything looks good. We're going to go auto brakes low here. I'm going to go ahead and get a couple things configured here. Auto brakes will go low, and then spoilers will go ahead and arm those. Lowering to 210 knots. Won't pull the flaps out yet. It's unnecessary drag. Still have a ways to go here before we make that turn to final.
UPS 2806, solid enter offline, relative system net, change to the advisory is approved.
That other plane right there, you can barely make it out.
Thank you so much for your services. See ya. Delta 615 field, 1 o'clock, 17 miles before.
Sort of see him right there.
Oh, we have the field in sight, Delta 1614.
Delta 614, visual approach 1
Sorry, you're cutting out. Was that cleared visual approach for...
Cleared visual approach 1 with 6 left.
Okay, you're still cutting out, but I got the message. Cleared visual approach, 26 left, Delta 1614.
I think this is him right here.
1944, contact Los Angeles Tower 10.95.
Tower 120.95, Delta 1944.
Alaska 7480 traffic. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at 7 miles southwestbound. It's 737 of 6000.
Alaska 7488 has the traffic.
Alaska 7488, follow the 737, cleared visual approach 1267.
Alright, following 737, cleared visual 26 left, 7048. Okay, so cleared us for visual. This is good. I'm going to get us down to 6,000 feet then. And we're going to start getting things configured. I'm just going to go flaps 1 for now.
American 1526, solid center offline. System net, frequency change 12 by 0 approved.
Lost my visual of him. Where are they at on TCAS? He's about past me already. He's got to be by me already. Probably just going to go direct LAR once we get a little tighter in here.
LA Center, Cessna 1520, Echo, exiting the Bravo airspace to the north on the mini road northbound. Destination is Santa Monica. Request a full stop.
Number 1520 Echo, Los Angeles.
Hold that off at 6,500.
Roger, cross Santa Monica Airport at 2500. Enter a right downwind for 121.
Cross overhead Santa Monica 2500 and enter a right down runway 21, Cessna 20 Echo.
Alaska 725, contact Oakland Center 132.232.
Contact Oakland Center, Alaska.
Alright, we've got the ILS picked up here, so once we get straight on, we'll arm that. So I just want to make sure we stay at or below the glide slope.
Delta 1614. Wind 060 at
Even though it's a visual, we'll still do an ILS just as backup.
Queensland 26 left, Delta 16.
Gives me time to get everything configured as well. Starting that turn, arm the localizer.
Giant 1019 cable 2.1 good taxi to at pilot's discretion.
To the right, Giant 1019, next
Let's do 800 feet a minute on that.
GPS 762 Chevy, Stolic Center off.
Right, we've got localizer. We're gonna go and approach mode. Got that as well. Okay, so we've got glide slope and localizer, so we're fully established on the ILS. Lights are on.
LA Center, Pogo 44, request Los Alamitos altimeter.
Pogo 44, John Wayne altimeter.
I've got the traffic. He is not quite on the ground yet, but that's fine. We're still well separated from him.
John Wayne altimeter works, Pogo 44.
For our final approach speed, we're looking for 138 knots.
LA Center, Beechcraft 5479 Sierra. Request taxi VFR at Palm Springs, departure to the north. 49er, Los Angeles Center, standby.
Oops. Gotta keep it on the traffic here. There he is there. He's about to be on the ground here. Alright, flaps 2.
LA Center, Pogo
Gear down.
44, clear of the Bravo at Seal Beach.
Pogo 44, Roger. Do you want flight following?
Yes, sir. Request flight following to F70 French Valley.
Flaps 3.
Roger. My question Oscar 3488. Wind 06, you at 9er, runway 26 left, clear to land.
Little land 26 left, Alaska 7488.
Delta 1614, vacate.
Flaps full.
Left, holding Delta 7.
Delta 1614, welcome to Las Vegas. Cross runway 26 right at Alpha 7, taxi to ramp via Bravo.
Alright, landing checklist. Gear down 3, green indicated, auto brakes low and set.
Delta 1614.
Seriously. Speed brake armed, flaps are full. Cabin crew is advised. We've been given our clearance. We are ready to land, ladies and gentlemen.
Contact tower 120.8.
It's 120.95.
120.905, record 250, sorry about that.
What's Pogo 44? Contact local approach 1245.
Over to 1245, Pogo 44.
Number 120 Golf Juliet, contact local approach 124.5.
Approach 124.5, November 0 Golf Juliet.
Number 54797.
Meyer plane.
Contact local approach 124.5 with your request. Over 124.5 for 5.
That speed checks.
Viva 002 Heavy, contact local approach 124.5.
SoCal approach on 124.5, Viva 002 Heavy.
Number 23204.
500 feet checks.
Scientific, we're marking 673, good day.
Continuing.
American 673, place 10 position.
Say again, please.
Where are you? I don't have you on my radar. Same position.
I just exited runway 2, I just,
Full reverse.
took off of runway 25 right.
Okay, American 673, contact local approach 14.5.
Say again.
Contact local approach 24.5.
Yeah, it's 80 knots. Manual braking. We're going to miss this turn. Made it down in one piece.
Roger, Alpha Mile 029er.
Flaps in. Clean the plane up.
Oakland Center 132.2.
And taxi lights.
Contact Oakland Center 1.
Starting the APU. Where are we here?
And Lufthansa 456 Bravo Heavy, just to confirm, the last center, he gave you the Angel 4 arrival, is that right?
That's correct, and we start now with our descent, Lufthansa 456 Bravo.
Yes, Lufthansa 456 Bravo Heavy, descent via Angel 4 arrival, altimeter 29er 97.
Alright, we're going to hold short here. Can't cross without clearance.
2997 Lufthansa 4576.
Los Angeles Center, Alaska Center for 88. We have vacated 26 left. We're holding short at 26 right at Alpha 7.
Alaska 7488, welcome to Black Cross, runway 26 right at Alpha 7, taxi to ramp via Bravo.
Cross 26 right, Alpha 7, ramp via Bravo, 7488. Appreciate the help. Alright, brake fan.
Lufthansa cargo 488, descend via Angel 4 by less altitude 2997. Descent, Anchor 4.
He's already available. Good deal.
And elevated 2997, Lufthansa cargo 488.
Alright, and then it's ramp via Bravo, so it'll be just the first right-hand turn out of the runway here.
American 28, contact success 120.27. 120.27.
Yeah, getting right at about 30 FPS right now. It's not that great, not for the Tolus. Yeah, scenery's very frame hungry. Yeah, we're probably just going to take these gates right here, the C terminal. We'll take a left on Bravo 5 once we are there. Not 100% sure where Alaska parks here.
Hello, American 1085, flight level 360.
American 1085, also within 30 left.
Best landing I've had in a while, too. Been slamming them down lately. But I've also had, like, poor frames and just terrible performance, like, on final approach, too. So, to my defense, not always my fault. At least that's what I tell myself. I'm just gonna take this gate right here.
LA Center, this is American 673. We are now with you.
American 673, Los Angeles, Thursday altitude.
We are right now at 8,000 feet. We are climbing to 130,000.
Okay, American 673, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Yeah, a little fast there.
Climb and maintain flight level 230.
That should be a good enough stopping point there. Parking brake set. We're going to kill the engines. Should switch us over to APU power. Both signs can come off. Beacon light can come off as well. That is fine with me. Back the gates.
Los Angeles Center, FedEx 230, 13,000.
Disconnect from VATSIM. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the gate gets itself configured here. This is Fly Tampa's Vegas scenery, relatively new. It's been out for a couple of months now, I believe, maybe 2 or 3 months. A pretty nice, accurate rendition of Vegas and the Vegas Strip that comes along with it. Performance is a little leaves a little to be desired. I will say that. Sitting right at about 30 FPS right now, which when you're in the Tolus is kind of low, but definitely not flyable by any means. Just it's a little lacking in that department. So But overall, pretty good flight coming out of Palm Springs. Did that Cathedral 1 departure, and then we were able to get our runway 26 left for the Quebec 6 arrival into Vegas. And a nice clear day for flying in California/Nevada. Let's take a look at the landing here real quick before we switch over to the 737. Shot for you. I think we missed center line. It's right on the wheel. Yeah, we're definitely off center for sure there. It's close. You want to get it in between the wheels. It was like on the wheel. But smoothness wise, not bad. Relatively smooth. As firm as it had to be. Just missed those 1,000-footers. Got it down in short order. Held the nose. Got it down gently. I'd say it's a good landing. Not my best, but if we would have hit center line, it would have been close to perfect. Passengers don't know any better. About as smooth as it's gonna get, guys. Those reversers getting closed. Nicely animated. Alrighty. Alright guys, we're going to step away here momentarily. I'm going to load back into the Zebo and we're going to head on to San Francisco. So bear with me a few minutes and we'll be right back. Back at it. Attaching the gate now. Some sounds going here. Alright. Okie dokie, guys. 737 Zebo 37800. Trying to get a flight plan going here. I almost don't want to fly on the network because he's really busy. It's like, dude. Yeah, we'll file anyway. Just when they're really busy like that, it's tough to get in and out in a timely manner. What altitude are they filing us at? 36,000 feet. That'll work. And hour and 15 minutes in the air. Wow. Okay. Well, we gotta get going then. Let me look at Fantastic real quick. Is Oakland Center still on? They were on a second ago. Yeah, they're still on. Okay. Alright, let's get everything flipped on here. We're gonna go standby power, emergency lights, ground power, panel light, F fuel, and APU. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna go start flight leg. Logo lights, steady on that. APU bleed, it can come on. Everything else goes to auto. And window heat comes on. Ground power can go there. Wait for the APU to fire up. And seatbelt signs on.
Captain has turned the fasten seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt. Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
Alright, go to our FMC here. Pause in it. And Vegas. And we're going to San Francisco. We're going to be United. 7488. And we're going to go with the high cost index, I can tell you that right now. So, be prepared for that. Let's go and connect to the network.
Again, I'm sorry, it was coming in at about 3x5. What was the identifier to cross at flight level 250, FedEx 230?
FedEx, it's go Sierra Charlie Oscar Lima Echo.
I turned them down here.
Across Skull, Sierra Charlie, Oscar
Oh, it's
Lima
still
Echo,
really
and
loud.
level 250, FedEx.
Okay, there we go. Perf. Alright, so let's get our weight and fuel sorted out here. For fuel, we need 7170. That's in kilos. And our payload, well, let's see. Let's do the math on this. So, zero fuel weight 58.4. So, 15.3. 58.4. That looks perfect. Takeoff weight 65.3. Close enough. 625.9 on the CG. All fuel truck. And it's pull our charts. Airport info, and then we're on the Sheed 1 departure. And San Francisco airport info, and then we're on the Diamond 5. All right, perfect. Cost index, like I said, we're going high on this one. That'd be at 23. I'm going 75. How about that? And then for our cruise, we're going 360 on the cruise. Ice deviation's 11, and our cruise winds 312.51. Perfect. So we're gonna wait on the fuel to finish loading in. Still loading, as you can see. And we can go ahead and gather our clearance. Sheet 1. Kino transition.
JetBlue 17, cleared the scheduled Los Angeles. Approach 8, departure with transition at belt. Find the VATSIM.
Yeah, he's basically unreadable. Crap, I really wanted ATC, man, but he's unreadable, man. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna disconnect for now, and then we'll connect. I'll try again once we're in the air. If not, I'll wait until we get into Oakland airspace and just do it that way. With him being busy and then unreadable, it's just gonna take forever to get out of here. And I really don't feel like sitting here forever, so that's why. So we'll go ahead and do our departure. Here's Sheed 1. It's gonna be the Kino transition. And let's see, current weather. Variable at 5, so I think we're gonna go 1 right is what I'm looking for. Yeah, 1 right. Execute that. Alright, so after Kino, well, we're just gonna go straight into our arrival actually. So it's gonna be the Diamond 5. Rusmy transition. And I'm gonna almost guarantee it's gonna be 28 left. But we'll check weather just in case it's something else, which it almost never. Let's put it this way: I've never landed at another runway in San Francisco. It's either 28 left or 28 right every single time. Yeah, 290 at 14. So we're gonna go ILS 28 left, and we'll go Eddie on the runway transition. Execute that. I'm very familiar with this arrival. Over there. Okay. So all that should be plugged in and good to go. I just got to wait on the fuel, which it looks like it's done now. So we're going to plug this in. Execute. And clear. We'll derate the takeoff slightly here. 96.7 in 1 on the initial derate. And then we're going to go flaps 5. CG 4.75. About right there ought to do it. And we've got our V speeds as follows: 138 V1, 139 VR, 146 on the V2. We'll go up top here, go 161. We'll go an initial runway heading. 10. And what do we follow our altitude at 36,000 feet? So that is where we're going to go. Yeah, his mic started getting pretty bad there once we started getting closer to Vegas. I don't. He must be having connection issues or something. Either something on his end or XPilot. I don't know. 36,000 feet. Flight directors and LNAV, VNAV. Let's take a look at our departure real quick. So we're on the Sheed 1, and we're departing on runway 01 right. So climb at heading 14. Left turn direct Bessie, then on track 192 to Mad Dog. So out this way, Bessie, and then Mad Dog, and then out that way. Pretty easy. Alright, so we're going to lose the gate here. Sam. Closing that forward door. All for our pushback here. Actually, we're going to do it through here. Ground service, better pushback. Request pushback.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Shit. I don't know where I'm at. I didn't check. We're going to push and face the right.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing. Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
That ought to do it for our TCAS. We're just going to go with that. Turn all that fun stuff on. And everything looks good to me, guys. Pretty much ready to go here. Switch over to our APU gen. Flip that off. Hydraulics can come on. Got sufficient bleed here. We're going 360. And I believe San Francisco is pretty much at sea level, but we'll double check that. Yeah, 13 feet, so
All right.
basically
Looks
sea
like
level.
Doors and hatches are closed, and we're ready to connect.
And everything looks pretty good up top. Yaw damper, trim air, and APU gen switched on that. That's set to auto. We're basically ready to go. Just waiting on them to connect. We gotta get our altimeter set though. 29905. And it's confirmed on both sides. United with the split scimitars.
Toes connected, bypass pens inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Exit collision on. I'm gonna give them a sec. I gotta get my door shut here before we start pushing. Should have done that a while ago, actually. Throttles idle. Oxygen test. Passes.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Fire tests. Good to go. Alright, releasing parking brake. Back off. ISO valve open.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
And pneumatic pressure looks good. And we're gonna go engine number 2 to ground. As this fuel truck tries to kill us all. Oh, it actually stopped. Still a little close.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen.
And gas.
Right in lock position. Luggage under the seat.
Start cutout. And starting engine number 1. Oh, with the Cowboys losing to the New York Giants. Yeah. Doing a hot start. Flight time about an hour and 15 minutes. It's a little bit longer than what we're used to. No worries there. Actually, let's see, cruise. Yeah, well, we can always adjust that if we need to. Alright, start a cutoff for number 1. We go gens on, APU off, and the bleeds can come on for both engines. Probe heat and Gen 1 switch there. Starters to continuous.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
And parking brake is set.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Get all those fun lights turned on. Strobes are on steady for now, and everything else looks good to me up top. Go flaps 5 degrees.
Your seatbelt fastened at all times, as turbulence can occur unexpectedly.
As we prepare for takeoff, please be sure your seat back, tray table are up, and carry-on baggage is under a seat.
Smoking is not allowed at any time. Tampering with, disabling.
Alright, flaps are indeed set. I'm going to go auto brakes 1. And we're going to do a flight control check. Full right, left, neutral, back, forward, neutral, right rudder, and left rudder flight controls are checked.
Some exits over the wings are equipped with an evacuation slide. Some slides, except those over the wings, may also be used as ramps. This aircraft has escape path lighting in the aisle.
Alright, ladies and gents, we're ready for taxi. We're going to go straight ahead. We're going to take go Whiskey Bravo Delta. Alright, park brake release. And do a quick configuration check. Takeoff config checks.
This is located under the seat or between seats. The safety instruction card shows the exact
Yeah, I hate not having being able to run with ATC, but he's busy and he's coming through very broken. The controller was, so it's not ideal. We don't want to sit on the ground for an extra 30 minutes, so I may just wait until we get into Oakland airspace and switch over that way. Recall checks. And then we're going to take a right on Bravo. Turn right there. Good view of the strip out there. The frames are pretty bad right now. I got a 21 frames looking at the strip. It's sub 30. Once we get in the air, it'll improve. This scenery is notorious for it. Unfortunately. But I digress. There's not a lot I can do. I like flying to Vegas. It's a good it's a good middle ground between like LA and like Albuquerque or to Denver or Salt Lake City. It's just a great middle point between a lot of those those Midwestern fields and then far out west with Vegas, San Diego, places like that. So it's unfortunate it doesn't perform as well as it should. I do need to check to see if there's an update, though, because I didn't check that ahead of time, so there very well could be, but I haven't heard about one yet. Right, taking the next left. Alright, so we're going to be crossing 26 right. And we'll just loop around here on Delta. And we'll be on 1 right. And it's just that easy. Get our landing lights on. Wing light.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Thank you. I'm gonna arm the auto throttles. Oops. I was looking at the scenery. The performance is not great right now, unfortunately. Alright, altimeter set, auto throttle set, flaps, auto brakes, landing lights, everything looks good to me, guys. ECAS is good to go. Got a terrain radar going since we've got some mountainous terrain in our vicinity. And runway 1 right is confirmed. Starting the clock. And it's okay. Here's the name. What is it? I'm just starting my second flight. Like an hour. It's in between 2 flights. This is my second flight. What do you think intermission means?
80 knots.
No. In between 2 acts.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Alright, passing 3,000 feet now.
1,000.
Start that left turn. Flaps 1. Actually, we'll go flaps clean. We're getting real close to that tower, man. Holy crap. wife picked the worst time to walk in. Right on takeoff roll. Yeah, performance is a little yikes right now. If autopilot's gonna work, it is not. It's really annoying, man. It's really like that. It's been a bug in the Zebo for so long. I just don't understand why it's still a thing. Yeah, just won't. Won't let me turn on the autopilot. So I guess we're hand flying it for now. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. Like I've got to make sure the plane is configured properly, and like I can't do it because I'm having to hand fly. I don't know what I don't know what this thing's problem is, man. Like I'm all over the place right now trying to like get that turned on and then all this. It'll turn on here in a second. Like it did this to me last time I flew this plane too. It's always something, man. It can't just be perfection. Nah, what is that, man? What is that? Just delete that restriction. I don't feel like waiting. Still no autopilot. Okay. There it goes. So I noticed when that decided to pop on is when it activated, but I've had those turned on already. It should let me do autopilot. You should be able to do autopilot at 400 feet. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Landing lights can come off. I can finally configure my airplane. I never turn the strobes on. Performance is better at least. Yeah, so I don't want to be at this altitude restriction, so let's just get rid of that. All right. Should be good. I think that was the last restriction. Oh, I never updated the overlay. My bad. And we gotta change the plane type. Alright, there we go.
When the captain does turn off the sign, feel free to stand up and stretch your legs at that time. However, we do ask while you're in your seat, you please keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case we do encounter any unexpected clear or turbulence. And
When the Zebo works, man, it's one of the best planes in XPLANE. That autopilot thing is hella annoying. The reason being is you got to remember that I'm flying this airplane just me by myself, and I'm doing the work of what 2 pilots would normally be doing. You know, configuring the plane, making sure everything is acting properly, and not to mention talking with ATC if I'm ever talking to ATC. So if I don't have the ability to go autopilot, I'm literally having to hand fly the plane while having to communicate with ATC and making sure everything is cleaned up properly. So it's a little bit of a pain. But it is what it is. At least it turns on at some point. You don't have to hand fly the entire flight, because that would suck. That would be terrible. So my 0.795 is our target speed. We'll see how close we are to the red line. We may be able to increase it just a little bit. Probably not by too much, though. Let's check in on the Cowboys. Let's see how they're doing. No, they tied it. Team's a joke, man. Pretty hazy over the desert. At least the frames are better now. Got about 50 FPS right now. Oh, there goes the haze. Alright, so we top of climb at about 75 miles-ish. And then we will cruise for about 100 or so miles. A lot of ATC on. Wow, actually, West Coast is lit up, Florida's lit up. Not too shabby. Here's where we're at on the departure here. All the way up. I don't think Coaldale's not going to show up on there because we're going to end up going straight into the arrival transition, Rusmy, and then straight into San Francisco, which is right here. NavGraph just makes life easier, man. I'm so glad they're integrated in with most of these planes. Like I said earlier, guys, tomorrow we'll be in the 757, debating if I want to do a cargo run or not. But if for sure we'll be in the 75, it'll just be either passenger variant or cargo. And then we'll be looking possibly the A350, maybe the A330. I haven't decided what the second plane is going to be yet. And then we'll potentially Wednesday maybe up in the air, because here's the thing, I've got to get a COVID test done because we're going to Hawaii next Saturday. So I've got to get a COVID test done, and it's Wednesday afternoon when I'm going. So if I'm not back in time, I'll either do, I may just do a later stream on Wednesday. I don't know yet though. So stay tuned to the Discord for that. But we may just, I probably am due to go back into MFS. I just got really frustrated with it last time because I couldn't get the Airbus mod to work. So I'll have to mess around with that. Yeah, we'll have to mess around with that this week. Let's see if I can't get that to work. I don't know, man. I just don't get excited about MFS right now, guys. It's even if I get the A320 to work, I mean, I guess it just really the big difference would be I get to fly anywhere I want instead of just restricting to the U.S. since I only have ortho in the U.S. Other than that, man, I'm getting better frame rates in this. Ortho is basically the same once you're at cruise. The systems are a lot better in this, so it's like, I mean, for what I like to do with jetliners, there's not a whole lot MFS does better, or there's not much of anything they do better. So, really, other than, excuse me, really other than just having the scenery already in place, that's pretty much it. That's really the only leg up they have on XPLANE at the moment. So, like I said, we all know that things are going to improve, but it's just going to take, you know, a long time, and we're at least a year away probably from the PMDG 737 coming out, so that kind of sucks for sure. But it would be nice to get some other jetliners, I guess. But I guess we'll have to wait and see when that's going to be. Yeah, we've got a little bit of a gnarly headwind right now. That's why the flight time is as long as it is for this. Got a headwind going both ways. I guess I'm going to step away for just a second here. I'm going to grab an energy drink. I'll be right back.
5,000 to go.
All right, we're back. All right, so top of climb. And we are going to descend about 140 miles, give or take. Pretty good speed here. Really no point in going up. It's not going to really make a difference. I'm going to get really close to that red line, which we don't want to do. Ortho here always looks pretty good, though. I mean, not much to look at, but just the coloring is really nice. So there's that. Take a look at this arrival. Yeah, so coming in from Rusmy all the way down. It's straight in. San Fran's really easy. 28 left is going to be the inner runway going northwest. Yeah, super easy arrival. We did get a pretty good development update on the MD-11, the rotate MD-11. Looks pretty promising. They are still in active development, but like I said, that plane's been in development for 3 or 4 years now, so it's one of those things where it'll come out when it comes out at this point. I mean, I've, grown many a gray hair since they first announced the project. The only thing that keeps me keen on it is the fact that it is Rotate that's doing it. Because they did such a good job with the MD-80, with the Mad Dog. So if the performance is like that and it works well, then I think it's going to be a really good plane. The interior looks fantastic. I think the model itself looks really well. It's just, when are we going to get our hands on it, You know, and of course they'll have a closed beta. You know, we'll start to get some first looks perhaps. So, I mean, if I had to guess, it probably won't be this year when we'll get it. I'm thinking maybe within the next 6 months or so, but I don't know. That's just me speculating. I could be way off. It's just tough to judge things like that, you know, because these developers are so small that, you know, they kind of just go off their own timetable. You know, the flight sim community tends to be a little rabid at times when it comes to the airplanes and development type stuff. So, if I was a developer, I probably wouldn't be putting out exact dates, because then something goes wrong. You know, especially with the pandemic going on, you never know what could happen. So, probably best just to lower expectations a little bit. You want to undervalue and over deliver kind of thing. Say, oh, it'll take 6 months, you deliver it in 3, when you know it's only going to take 3, but you say 6. Everybody's happy at that point. Goldfish. Like no clouds either. It is a desert after all. Turn the seatbelt signs off. Pretty sure I did, right? Yep. Alright, so for the arrival, we're going to get down to 7,000 feet. I can go ahead and plug that in now. We're still a ways off, but no harm in being ahead. And current weather conditions in San Francisco. The wind's 290 at 14, 10 miles of visibility. Clouds clear below 20,000 feet. It's almost a direct headwind, so the winds aren't really going to be much of a factor. But everything else looks good. No precipitation. And then dew point's 11 degrees Celsius. Obviously, you're not going to worry about freezing in San Francisco. So, everything looks good to me for the arrival. It'd be nice to get after sky over to MFS. I know Rex just released one of their things, but I feel like that's something that like the weather engine in MFS was hyped up so much, and there's obviously some bugs with it, with like the real world weather updating properly. I just feel like that's something that, like, why should I pay for what really is amounting to a patch, basically, you know? So that's the way I feel. Like this simulator was supposed to like almost kind of take away the need for third party, unless like that third party developer is just bringing something like just outstanding to the table. then I feel like the built-in weather system or the built-in weather engine in MFS should be able to do what Rex does. So why am I paying for a third party to do it? Right? Which I understand that, like, MFS purposely underdeveloped a lot of things, knowing that third parties are going to step in, like GSX, for example, which we still don't have yet. So, like, everybody's having to shift P just to, you know, just to push back, which sucks. But it's like, you know, when are we going to get some other stuff, I guess is what I'm asking. You know, replays. There's no replay mode. I do think they confirmed that that was coming. And like I said, I can give them credit where credit is due as far as them working on some of the optimization. They did improve that. I don't know. Still a lot missing, which is why we're still gonna be primarily on XPLANE for a while. Not really interested in deleting XPLANE or anything like that. There's just no sense in that. MFS just doesn't offer enough to justify that, not yet at least. Yo, Wondertron. Appreciate that follow, buddy. Welcome aboard. How are you doing on this fine Sunday evening / afternoon, depending on where you're at in the world? Hope your day's going well, man. On our way to San Francisco. We'll start descending here in about 85 miles or so. So, looking forward to it. San Francisco is always a great approach. Very scenic, very lovely to look at and to fly. So, doing good. Thanks. Good deal, man. Good to hear. Good to hear. Forward speed's looking pretty good. The winds are just, I mean, it's a 64, almost a direct 64 knot headwind. So I'm shocked we're even getting above 400 knots on the ground speed, but it is what it is for this route. I should have checked this earlier, but that looks good as well. As long as that's below 8 at or below 8, then we're good to go there. And we're getting pretty close. Not too bad. You tell me about the game because I'm thinking about buying it. You're talking about XPLANE? Yeah, man. So it's no, I think I got you, man. Yeah. So it's basically flight simulator, right? So I mean, everybody's heard about the new flight simulator game. Well, this particular simulator, XPLANE, has been around for quite some time, and it's a little bit more polished. So if jetliners are your thing, then this is great because, you know, you get fully immersive systems. Basically, every button here works the way it would in real life. So if you're serious about just like learning more about aviation or learning about a particular type of jetliner or airplane, then you know, this simulator is a great way of doing that. So right now we're in a 737. Sorry, it's a little loud. And this is actually a free mod. So there's a default 737 that comes with XPLANE, and this is a mod called the Zebo mod. It's very popular. It basically just brings all the systems up to standard, I guess, if you will, where it's more immersive and it's more realistic. You know, we have real-world pilots that fly in this simulator, and they, you know, they say it's about 95% accurate. There's obviously a few little things that are probably missing that can't be implemented just because of it's a simulator. But overall, this is a good way just to kind of learn a little bit more about aviation. Highly recommend it. Honestly, like, you know, the default scenery doesn't look that great, but if you're just wanting just to get your feet wet and just start it off, whatever the price of XPLANE is, I think at most it's maybe $60. This mod is free, so basically you get a payware quality 737 out of the box, plus the simulator for $60, which is pretty damn good. Then of course you got a lot of great freeware, airports that you can add. XPLANE is great about that. A lot of free mods that can help spruce up your sim. So, highly recommend it. If you're even remotely into aviation or you're wanting to just learn, you can't go wrong with XPLANE right now. It's a good time for it, and they just fully implemented their Vulcan engine, so everything runs a lot smoother. The performance is better. You get better frame rates. It's pretty good stuff, honestly. So, I guess it just depends on what you're trying to accomplish more than anything. You know, if you're wanting to learn jetliners, XPLANE is definitely the way to go. If GA is more your thing, and GA being like smaller planes where you want to fly low and slow, MFS may be your thing because you get, you know, better scenic detail out of the box for about the same price. But with jetliners, XPLANE is definitely superior, at least for the time being. But if you have any other questions, man, let me know. I've been simming in XPLANE and Microsoft Flight Sim for years, so wouldn't necessarily call myself an expert, but I've been around the block a couple times, so anything you need, just let me know. Alright. About 70 miles now. So we start our way down. Gonna get it. Alright, man, yes. Welcome to the community. And don't hesitate. If you got any questions, just let me know. I usually stream twice a week. You can also join my Discord. Ask me questions through that as well. So if you need any guidance on anything, there's a lot of great YouTube videos out, not by myself, but from other people. So you can pretty much find what you're looking for just from a simple Google search. But like I said, if you ever need help or anything like that, feel free to ask. Let me sign into VATSIM here and see where I'm at.
American 2671, contact Albuquerque Center 127.85.
2785, American 2671, have a good one.
Alright, let me figure out whose airspace I'm in right now.
Last
Alaska 611, request flight level 340.
Alaska 611, roger, descend and maintain flight level 340.
Waiting for this to reload here.
Descending to 340, Alaska 611.
Where the heck am I, man? Trying to figure out if I need to call call LA or Oakland. What happens if I you mean crash? Okay, there we go. If we crash, then the flight is over, I guess. Crashing is modeled in this too, by the way. So yeah, you don't want to crash. Okay, 132.2. Let's chat with ATC. Hello. Oakland Center, good afternoon. United 7488, flight level 360, 64 miles from Damned.
United 7488, Oakland Center, verify your east of Diamond.
Affirmative.
United 7488, radar contact, squawk 3215.
3215, 7488. Am I lagging or what's going on here?
So it's 493, join Alpha to the rim, midday.
I didn't. Yeah, okay. I guess it's Diamond.
58, contact Seattle Center 124.2.
Feel like that A is unnecessary, but yeah, it didn't take off with ATC because his
reduce speed to 210, then after brakes, out to maintain 4,000.
mic was pretty poor. Dude, look at the ATC coverage. This is crazy.
TWA 2241, reduce speed to 210.
I've never seen the West Coast like this. Usually it's the East Coast, but
7488, send via Diamond 5 arrival.
Send via Diamond 5 arrival, 7488. Alright, so it's to send via. So, still down to 7,000 feet. And they disconnected me because of my frame rate. Alright, we're going to close that. Close out Firefox. Hopefully that'll help.
Southwest 263, can we step off for
Southwest 263, approved as requested, advising your back. Alaska 181, set to maintain 4,000, the Sacramento National 23004.
So maintain 4,000, 3004, Alaska 181.
Alaska 181, you can plane on the visual approach, runway 35 left.
Plan for 35 left, Alaska 181.
At 2236, confirm you're on a 140 heading per the arrival. If not, flying 160, maintain 4,000.
That's sort of why my frames are so poor.
Fair enough.
Yep, it's doing that stuttering thing again. Yep. It was doing this to me before. I think this is a Zebo issue. It only ever does this to me in the Zebo. And it's always around when I start to descend.
21 X-ray Papa, maintain present speed or greater.
Because we flew the other day. Where did we fly the other day?
X-ray Papa, maintain present speed or greater.
I mean, the Mad Dog was working just fine. But for some reason, it only does this in the Zebo. It's really annoying. Because if my FPS stays below 20, I'm going to get kicked from the network.
Spare wing C-16 open yet?
So this should be interesting, because landing is going to be... having a smooth landing with this is going to be almost impossible. I basically have to reset the sim in order to get this to work. It's just so annoying, man. Yeah. I'm going to get disconnected from the network. Yeah, I literally don't know how to fix this. This is just gonna keep popping up.
Spare wing C-16 up on the center header.
Is it hard to play? It's a steep learning curve, man. That's for sure. Hold on, let me turn them down a little bit. It's definitely a steep learning curve. I'm gonna disconnect from the network. This isn't gonna... Yeah, this isn't gonna work. It's definitely a steep learning curve. So what I mean by that is that it's not something you're gonna be able just to kind of pick up and play. It's gonna require you to do some learning, watch a lot of YouTube videos, read some manuals if that's what if that's your thing. I learned from just watching other streamers and just watching YouTube videos, and there's a lot of good like real world pilot videos out there that you can translate that knowledge over to the sim as well. And I did a lot of that as well, just to learn to fly each plane. And every plane's different. You know, obviously a 737 is a lot different than an A319 or a 757. So I would recommend just choosing one plane, getting really good with that plane, and then going on to the next instead of trying to learn everything at once. It's just going to be an easier time for you. You know, learn how to navigate. You know, even talk with ATC if that's what you want to do. So. Alright, so we're starting our descents. Yeah, this stuttering is kind of a turn off, honestly. I don't know why. I lean towards thinking it's a Zebo problem, because I have flown 2 other planes since this started last week, and those 2 planes have performed just fine. But every single time the Zebo, when I get close to descending, it does this. So we'll just have to make the best of it. There's not much I can do. I really don't want to just stop right now since we're so close. Before our arrival, this is where we're at here, Diamond, and then we're just basically straight on in. Airport's right here. We're gonna hit Archie, and then for San Francisco, we are looking for 28 left. So for our approach, we're just gonna do the ILS 28 left approach. You sub to the YouTube. Oh man, thanks a lot, dude. Yeah, I'm cross-posting all my streams now. So any full stream where I'm flight simming, I'm basically just transferring those over to YouTube just to get a little bit more exposure. So I definitely appreciate that, man. And then we're coming from Archie. Wait, did I do Eddie or Archie? Yeah, so we'll just skip Eddie because that doesn't make any sense. So we're going to go Archie and then straight in. So, pretty straightforward. The stuttering is so bad. I apologize. It is not supposed to look like this. I don't know if anybody else has reported this or not, but like I said, I'm leaning towards it being a Zebo issue and not a sim issue. Yeah, there's nothing. I don't see anything here. Let's do stuttering. Yeah, I definitely need to get the Zebo updated. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I don't know. It could be a plethora of things. No way to tell for sure. Like I said, I mean, the only common denominator between all the times this happens is when I'm in the Zebo. That's why I think it's a Zebo problem. Let's pull weather up here for San Fran, see what we're working with. Winds 30016. 10 miles visibility, no precipitation. And clouds clear below 20,000. 28 left is what we're looking for. That is unchanged. Yeah, we'll delete this waypoint here. That way we can just go straight in. What version of Zebo are we on? Let's see. Where'd my Firefox go? What the hell? Yeah, 3.431A. I think it's the last one I have. Let's see. Version. Yep. There has not been an update to Zebo. I mean, I could just do like a complete and total reinstall. I really don't want to do that, but I mean, it's not a big deal. I just save the preferences and the liveries. Okay, altimeter right now, 3007 on the ground in San Francisco. We're gonna get that plugged in here. Alright, so that should get us more straight in. Actually, we can go Archie to... Wow. It's kind of hard to tell on this. Just wait till we get closer in. Stuttering is hella annoying. Don't know what's causing it. Alright, so passing 14,500 now. Should be on the ground here in the next 10 minutes or so. Take a look at our performance page here. Why am I not? Okay. I'm going to go flaps 30. 145 is going to be our target V speed for the ILS. 109.55 and then a course of 285. So we go down here. 109.55. We'll just do it on both sides for redundancy's sake. Okay, and then the course is 285. And both sides once again for redundancy. They really just need it on the captain's side, but if you even want to do an auto lands or anything like that, you would need it on both sides. Or somehow, like, when ILS computer fails or whatever, you have a backup. Alright, so coming up on 10,000 feet, we're going to get our lights cut on here. No, thank you. And we need a... These should have been on already. Airport's like right over here. Can't really make it out, but it's there. Alright, so lower that speed here just a little bit. Not really gonna mess with any configuration quite yet until we get closer in. We'll just do auto brakes 1, and I'm going to go ahead and arm the speed brakes. It's so disappointing about this stuttering, man. It just takes away from it. It's just distracting. About 25 miles out. It's a shame I couldn't get with ATC either, but me getting kicked off the network every 30 seconds isn't exactly ideal. So, not worth it. And I'm just going to take us down to 3,500 feet. Can't quite make the airport out. I believe it's like right here. This stuttering sucks, man. Alright, start getting flaps going here. Go flaps 1. It helps slow the plane down a little bit. There's the airport right there. You can barely make out the runways, but they're there. Alright, so we've got the ILS's localizer picking up. Should be in range to pick it up here in the next 5-ish mile, about 10 miles or so. I'll wait until we're on that heading. San Francisco's always a really nice approach. Fly over that Golden Gate Bridge. Good view of the coastline over here. Of course, downtown is off over there, like on the other side of the airport. Now, a little bit of a crosswind, 10 knot crosswind right now. That should adjust once we get tighter in. So airport out there.
1,000 to go.
Alright, 1,000 feet to go. It's a 3,500. Level off here. That should bleed off a little bit more speed. I'm going to go ahead and arm the localizer. Arm the localizer, thank you. Not quite in range yet. You want to be like on the jagged line here. We're a little bit off, so it'll pick up here once we cross over that. We're about 12 miles from the field now. Alright, so there's the localizer. We just captured it. And we're going to arm approach mode, and that captures the glide slope. So now we are fully on the ILS, and basically we get drawn in to the runway on our own. So now we'll go flaps 5. And we're going to drop our gear. There we go, 145 on the speed. Flaps 10. It's like the stuttering gets worse the closer in you get. Alright. 10 miles out now. Flaps 15. And we're going to go fully configured here, flaps 30. Alright, landing checklist. Gear down 3 gear and indicated. Flaps are set to 30 and indicated. Auto brakes 1. Speed brake is armed. Cabin crew is advised. Landing lights are on. Starters to continuous. Alright, ladies and gents, let's try to get a decent landing here. If it's a bad landing, it's not my fault. I'm getting horrible frame stuttering right now, but we'll do our best. We've got 2 white, 2 red on the Pappies. We're going to wait to pull the autopilot on this. Unfortunately, I can't really hand fly it when it's stuttering this poorly. This performing this poorly, I should say. About 2.5 miles out now. Looking good. My throttles. My airplane. Try my best to hand fly this, guys.
$500.
500 feet checked. God, it's really hard staying straight, man.
100. 50. 30. 10.
I don't know why we're beeping for. I don't know what that's. I don't know what that sound is.
80 knots.
Okay. I would take this exit. I don't know why we're. Did I lose engine power? Yeah, so it usually only makes that sound when you're on battery power. I don't know. Yeah, it's this plane is glitched, man. I have no idea what that sound is. Yep, electric. It's an electrical issue. I don't know. I have no idea why it's doing that. Flaps in. Sorry for the sound, guys. I don't know why it's making this sound. It only makes this sound when you're like running on battery power, but see, like none of my generators are on right now. So it's clearly a glitch because I didn't deactivate any generators. Like the moment I touched down, it did this. I'm just going to grab this gate right here because I got to get this sound to stop. APU, probably should have started that already. Because literally, like, I wouldn't be able to be moving the airplane right now if my engines weren't on, so I don't know why it's making that sound. Clearly a glitch. I'm just gonna mute XPLANE real quick. That sound is like about to burn a hole in my ear. Why can't I? Yeah, Zebo's a little buggy right now, guys. It's it is not good. Let's put it that way. Because I'm almost entirely convinced this stuttering issue right now is a Zebo problem. I don't think it's an XPLANE problem because I'm just not having the same experience in other planes. So yeah, I don't know. It's definitely strange. See, like the APU. Okay, so now the APU is available. So I'm gonna turn the sound on here. I want to see what happens when I do this. Yeah, see, it's supposed to not make that sound when I turn that off. Kill the engines. See if that gets rid of it. Hello. Thank you. Yeah, it's a glitch, guys. It's a glitch. Or a bug, or whatever you want to call it. Yep. Because see, when you look at the recall, it's saying electrical, and that's the sound it makes when you have it. Like when you let's say you start the plane and you only turn the batteries on. It does that. It'll make that sound telling you, hey, we need an alternate power source, and that's why it's making that sound. But I mean the APU is on. I clearly have the APU gen because these numbers are lit up when I'm on my APU generator, so I don't know what is going on with that. It's like collision off. All this can come off here. Yeah, sorry guys, it's not the best experience here. I'm not gonna bother with the replay on this because it's gonna come in all kinds of stuttery and it's not gonna be pretty at all. So I'm gonna forego that, unfortunately. But yeah, we've got some work to do with the Zebo. I may have to revert back to an older version or just reinstall it altogether. I don't know what I have no idea what the problem is. It's very confusing. Not gonna lie. So don't really have an answer, but I'm gonna hand you guys off to Mr. 757 Spy. So be sure to check in with him, say hello. Hope everybody has a great rest of their week, guys. We'll be back on tomorrow. Like I said, we'll be in the 7.5 tomorrow evening at our regular time, 6:30 U.S. Central Time, and then hopefully we'll get back a regular schedule back on Wednesday as well. We'll be off the following week since I'll be out of town, and then back to the normal schedule once again after that. So be sure to check out the YouTube channel and the Discord. If you guys have any questions or concerns or just want to chat, feel free to do so. But I hope everybody has a great weekend and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Stay safe out there.